Hey, Bourbon brothers and sisters, Angry Mac here for a sample Sunday. But before you watch the video, can you please hit that button and subscribe? It's free. Subscribe, share, like, leave a comment, tell me what you're drinking. Tonight in my glass are two samples sent to me by fellow social media people. On the one hand, I have the Heather and the Fat Man. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, you know who Heather and the Fat Man are. If you don't, you probably should. They sent me an E.H. Taylor single barrel bottle in bond. And then I have the 13th Colony Cask Bourbon. I think it's about 113 proof, sent from Bourbon Theory. They are Bourbon Theory on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere you find them. Josh and Bill, two great guys. If you're not following them, you probably should be. If you like my stuff, you're going to like their stuff more. They're a combo. They're two guys, two better than one every time. But I digress. Let's get into the sample Sunday today. Let's see what Angry Mac prefers. Now, once again, this may not be a 100% fair fight, 100 proof going against 113, I think, 113.6. So 13th Colony already starts with a leg up with the higher proof. 13th Colony for me probably starts a leg up because I'm more of a craft person. I do enjoy the H. Taylor. So everybody knows the H. Taylor. Everybody knows. If you're in the bourbon community and you drink bourbon, you know Buffalo Trace. How do you not? Everybody knows Buffalo Trace. It's probably one of the most recognized names in bourbon, whiskey, whatever. It is a legacy. Then you have a legacy in Kentucky. And it's not true. The only place you can make bourbon is not Kentucky. You can make bourbon anywhere in the country as long as you have 51% corn. Just saying. So if you think otherwise, you're wrong. But everybody knows Buffalo Trace, Kentucky, home of bourbon, yada, yada, yada. So then we go down to Georgia. That heat in Georgia, 13th Colony, putting out some great stuff. They got some great bottles. They take so much room up on the shelf. Very hard for me to come by. They don't distribute here in New York. E.H. Taylor is easier to come by. Just don't get the whole line. And it cost me a kidney. And right now, I'd like to keep both. So I do not have many bottles of E.H. Taylor available to me here on my bar. I think I have two. But it's not normally something that I gravitate towards. So this should be interesting. But once again, for me, 100 proof or 100 and below, usually things I consider a daily sipper, things that I would drink on a Wednesday night, a Thursday night, if I just want one and I have to go to work the next day and don't want to get banged up. However, 113.6 isn't that far off. So let's see what we got here. On the Buffalo Trace, we know it's a single barrel, so there may be some differences in the barrels. 100 proof, bottle and bond, we all know what that means. 4 years, yada, we know. I don't have to get into that nonsense. But what we got on the color here, the color is very, very light. Very light. Legs, not really much to talk about. On the nose, the nose is simple. It's a very easy nose. Very light aromas. Vanilla, a little floral, some a hint of maybe a cherry, but this is a very light smell. There's not much to it, not a lot of complexity. And what you have here is more of the classic aromas that you would expect, but nothing overwhelming, no dominant trait to the aroma. Let's go to 13th Colony. Now, I don't know the age statement on 13th Colony because I don't have the bottle and I had a sample. But right off the bat, the color is slightly darker. You may not be able to see it, but not much. Legs about the same. About the same. Not much to the legs on either one of them. And everybody knows I love legs. If you follow me on TikTok, Angry Irish Mac, or Instagram, Angry.Mac, I'm everywhere. You find me on Facebook. If you want to find me, I'm here. The nose on this one is more interesting. I'm getting a nice vanilla right away. As soon as you hit it, you're getting a vanilla caramel. A sugary taste, a sugary smell. You're getting that fruitiness. I would go more in that stone fruit, that pear plum smell than I would the cherry. It's not a dark, it's more of a lighter aroma, but it's there. So On the aroma, I would say that the 13th colony carries more than the EHT, which is what I would expect. 113, 100. Once again, though, it's not always about proof being more flavorful, less flavorful. I happen to think that these distillers that are really geniuses who are pulling all these flavors out of the lower proof things, 100 and below. I mean, if you get 100 and below and you're getting so full of flavor, you have really an incredible distiller and team of people putting it together. And again, E.H. Taylor has the reputation. Just saying, does it have the taste to beat the 13th colony? I do like this. On the front of my tongue, actually the front sides of my tongue, I'm getting a nice little hint of cinnamon, almost a bubblegumish flavor, followed by definitely some vanilla, almost a light chocolate. Finish is very light, very light. There's a dite of spice in there, not much. I do like the spice coating my gums in a very light way. Very light mouthfeel, nothing heavy to it, very easy sipper. This would be like a summer sipper, a warm time sipper. This is not going to warm me up. The hug is mild at best. Let's get into this 13th colony. Let me take a drink of water first. Poland Spring tastes just like water. I have no notes for it, just so you know. Never been good at identifying water. But here we go. Now, right off the bat, now, if you are familiar or just trying to figure out notes, this has a heavier smell to it. And by heavier, I mean richer. You could really smell that vanilla. You could really smell more of a dark fruit, of a cherry in this one. A touch of ethanol, but I'm getting a little bit of a floral note on this one. I don't know the mash bill, but I'm guessing there's some spice in here. There's definitely a nice maple pancake syrup vibe to this one. Smells great. Smells great. And it wasn't that the E.H. Taylor didn't smell great. It just smelled or smelt simpler. All right. So the difference here right away is that the taste starts at my lips. I'm getting hit with a little spice in my lips. It's a cinnamon type, maybe a little dark cherry as soon as it hits my lips. But then on the side of my tongue, I'm getting a little tingling from some spice. But then that caramel really seems to hit the middle. Yeah. So as it comes to the back of the palate, I'm getting more flavor, more maple, more caramel, a dot more of that heat and that spice that's in here. But it's a nice mix of vanilla, honey, caramel. This is really good. And the hug, although not really impressive, it's not an oh my god hug. I would say this is a moderate hug with the spice staying here a little bit more. So for me, when I look at something, I'm going to purchase. Now, I don't know where you are. So for me here, I'm going to look at this in two ways. E.H. Taylor, here in New York, is going to cost me, as I said, a kidney, and I need both of them. I have never seen the 100 proof bottle and bond E.H. Taylor here in New York. Never seen it. To be fair, I don't really look for them that much because I'm more of a craft purchaser. But I know that right now the small batch at a good price in New York is going for around $79. I saw a single barrel the other day for $159. So I'm going to say that this is probably that $100 range, and I think that's a little much for what this offers. Now, 13th Colony, once again, is not distributed here in New York or not in my region of New York. So if I were to buy this bottle and say it was $70 and I had to pay $15, $20 for shipping, $90, this is a better value for me just based on monetary value. Now, if I look at the flavors involved, the thicker mouthfeel, the fuller flavor, the boldness, the nose, 13th Colony cask at 113.6 beats the E.H. Taylor single barrel for me, hands down, all things considered. Now, If you're in your area and these two items are available on the shelf at a similar price, and I would say a similar price is within that $10 to $15 range, because I don't think for most enthusiasts and people who enjoy their bourbon, their whiskey, that $15 isn't usually a make or break price. I would go with the 13th Colony. I would go with the 13th Colony because it's something different. I would go with the 13th Colony because it's more flavorful. I would go with the 13th Colony because it's more bold. If you're looking for a Wednesday night pour and you got to go to work and you got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning on Thursday and you want a couple of drinks on Wednesday, the H. Taylor's your boy. Just saying. But more importantly, whatever you drink, you drink. Drink it when you like it, drink it how you like it, and drink it responsibly. 3 most important things. Find the people you love. Give them a hug, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. Remember this also. It's never about what's in the glass. It's who you're sharing it with. And right now, I am sharing it with you. Cheers, everybody. I'm going to finish this one too. Hey, why not? And I'd still take the 13th Colony. A little bit more spice in that one.